Hi, this is Janile Palacio, and this is My Negosyo.
Hi, I'm Joan Paula Zanoria, and this is My Negosyo.
Welcome to Sweet Indulgence, Cebu.
Welcome to the Bakery Boutique. We call our store as the Bakery Boutique because I really have a vision already that we won't be just selling milk cheese donuts. Eventually, we will be selling other bakery products or anything that is complemental to the milk cheese donuts. So we came up with a brand called Bakery Boutique because we want to be a boutique-ish kind of bakery selling different products that is complementary to the milk cheese donuts.
It's very simple. I asked my college barkada, girls, what do you think? I gave them options and then nag-choose lang yun sila unsay nindot. It's nothing sentimental, but if you ask me kung how long it goes back to when I was in college. I graduated as a mass comm student, majored in media in St. Teresa's College, Cebu. But I never really thought of myself as a reporter or a journalist, maybe when I was younger. But when I grew up, I was more into marketing. I think lacking na lang ko one sem. And then I started creating or baking these desserts. So from there, it was more on like on-off na profession. Like I was working as a marketing assistant, marketing executive. I was in the corporate world, but then ganahan ko magsigig bake. So swap lang, switch lang kung unsay ako ang ganahan.
So I graduated as hotel and restaurant management, and my first job was at Shangri-La's Mactan Resort and Spa. So I started as by the grounds talaga. So I started as a bartender in one of the lounge. There's a total of 7 restaurants in that resort. So I was really doing beverage, and that is really my forte. So I was creating concoctions, different cocktails as well, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. From there, I was also assigned to different restaurants in that resort, and I left as a promotions and marketing manager.
Before the pandemic, I was working as a social media manager of a certain Facebook partner or a Facebook streamer. And then I was also handling online games, management of online games. So the environment itself, it's quite stressful. And then I was frequently flying from Cebu to Manila, which eventually led me to stop baking. Kaya I couldn't accept orders if sige ko travel. And then when I was in Manila, it was during March, I think. I already saw about the pandemic on the news about COVID, and then ngayon ko dili ra siguro ni muli raman din ko after 3 days or 4. Wala na naabtan jud ko sa lockdown. And then for a few days lang yun nga gamay lang yung difference, and then na lockdown ko dito. I was there for 6 months. So when I was there, everybody was it was a shock for everyone kay you couldn't buy anymore, you couldn't go out anymore. And then but the good thing was everybody was so active in social media, everybody was so active in Facebook na was made available na online. So there I saw on the Facebook groups that I joined, the baking groups that I joined na murag ni kusog man ang baking, ni kusog man ang mga pagkaon nga industry. Murag wa man siya nawa. Kay people were craving for this and for that. So when I was there, sad lang, actually na-stress jud ko, na-depressed jud ko. It was very depressing kay one of the things that I find very therapeutic is baking. When you bake magud, it's more than just mixing 2 or 3 ingredients. For me, it's more than that because when I bake, I usually do customized cakes or pastries, and it involves being very creative because aside from giving your customer a very delicious pastry or sweet, you have to make sure also na it looks aesthetic or it looks very nice. And if it's what they expect, that's what you deliver. So it really involves being creative and being artsy. So going back, I was looking at the Facebook groups, and then sige na lang kung tanaw, naglaway jud ko actually nga di ko kaluto, walay oven dito. So I thought of something na kanang, why don't I try to find something to make nga kana bitang, or something to cook or bake that doesn't need an oven, something that is readily accessible nya, dili lisod pangitaon ang ingredients. So when I was browsing, and actually medyo nisikat gyud ni siya ato nga time, I saw donuts. Mutuin ko nga kanang, why don't I try making this? Aside from nag-crave jud ko donuts because I miss the donuts, kanang it's very easy. Something magod nga you can eat for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You can eat it cold or medyo warm. So, inko mag-make kog donuts mo, try ko ani. And that's where it started. Yeah, during the pandemic. Pag uli na ako, first thing I thought was, sa airport pa lang dyan ko, after na naka-check-in na taon ko nga sure na yun. When I was in the plane na, I was thinking na yun na, open baka to ang palitanan, no? Ang baking store, open baka no? Kanang ang akong oven, mag-ilis baka, as in, nagsud, daghan na dyan kay sud. Akong mind, excited na kaayo ko. I was brainstorming flavors, bestsellers, something that they missed. So that's where I got the ideas of flavors from. And then once I got the ingredients, I started na right away. But I didn't sell them right away. I was perfecting the donut first. It's quite different, difficult. It's quite difficult when you want to have the right size for the donut, you need to have the right measurement also, because you need to have a donut that would be good for everyone. Something not so sweet, something not so messy, something na is simple but yummy. The most common feedback that I've been getting from my customers, "Jan, lami gid imong cakes or imong pastries, lami imong donuts, kay dili tamis. It's not too sweet." My best sellers are the assorted flavors. So, I have dark chocolate chip, I have matcha, Al Capone, Oreo, coffee, and sugar glaze or the original glaze lang.
Macology 101 was established because of my two children who really love mac and cheese. I also had some challenges also during that time because syempre, you're earning paycheck to paycheck, so basically your budget is somehow not really as much, no? So there was one weekend that I really needed to buy groceries and that time pero medyo dili maayo ato ang finances ma. So I tried to sell in one of the food markets here in Cebu. I tried to sell mac and cheese in one weekend, and with the capital of only 3,500 pesos. I really didn't expect so much, but it turned out that we were able to get the ROI in less than 5 hours. So we ended up with a very good gross revenue of 15,000 out from the 3,500 capital. I think so. It was really more of the marketing side of me that really made it successful because I really used social media and also my friends, and I invited them to come over and buy our mac and cheese, and yeah, it was a successful weekend. So I thought of joining other events because of that success story. We were joining some food festivals and food markets every weekend, and Cebu Mercado was one of those food markets that we joined. We actually were one of the pioneers of Cebu Mercado. So we were selling different things like drinks in a pouch, mac and cheese. We were also selling salted egg potato chips and other things. Over the 5 years, I also was able to come up with a few more products, and this did not limit me selling in the food stall. It also gave me opportunities to sell across, not just in one area, but I was able to distribute our products throughout Asia, and one of our big accounts is AirAsia. So AirAsia carried our salted egg potato chips, which was included in our in-flight menu. So, of course, during the pandemic, Cebu Mercado was closed, so we were not able to sell our products. Other than that, our distributors or our resellers also closed, like Zubuchon, Pasalubong Center, like Island Souvenirs also closed because it was in the mall or it was a non-essential establishment. More so, the travel industry was also closed. So basically, our Asia, which is our top account, also stopped their flights. So basically, the circulation of our products also stopped. Yeah, so since everybody was online and I was online myself, I was able to browse some foreign trends that was happening or that was being offered in Manila. And I came across to one person who made milk cheese donuts. And so I came up with the same kind of concept and try it ourselves since we also have a background in baking. So we came up with milk cheese donuts. And we launched it in July, mid-July, and then from there we were able to sell milk cheese donuts from different parts of the Philippines because we also had partners like in Bacolod, Iloilo, and Manila who was also doing the same milk cheese donuts and carrying our brand as well. Originally, the donuts is, or the process yun niya is shakoy yun na siya. Yeah, but shakoy, diba, it's just a dough with no filling inside. So we came up with this recipe wherein we place cheese inside, and then we also coat it with milk. So that's why it's called milk cheese donuts. So for the milk cheese donuts, we have two kinds. We have the classic and the triple cheese. So, and then we also have flavors like strawberry milk cheese donuts. On the first time that we were selling it, we only started with 100 pieces of donuts and it got sold out right away on the first day. And then we increased the production to 200 the following day. It still got sold out until we were able to sell around, or we were averaging around 1,500 donuts per day during that time when we started. So since we started actually in July, we were able to make around 85,000 donuts already. You know what? I always believe on Kaizen. Kaizen is a continuous improvement na siya nga process. So when we started our donuts, of course, over time, we also have improved also our recipe. And the only way for you to do that is that you have to have continuous production. Not a single day since the beginning of when we started Milk Cheese Donuts, we never stop producing. So every day, our donuts gets better and better. And of course, because of the continuous production, we also receive some feedbacks also from our customers. And every time when they give us any feedback, we automatically change or try to improve also based on their feedbacks. So what makes us unique, or what makes us different from other milk cheese donuts makers is that our ingredients are also very high grade. So from other suppliers, we are also able to test it out and see what is the best ingredient that would be fitting to the product. Whenever you go to a grocery, even sometimes you get sometimes your choices of what you want to buy is based on how the product is being presented, and so I really look into that. So I came up with a gift-worthy box na packaging that could be appreciated not just for your own personal consumption, but it can also be used to give to your friends. So our packaging is made of a craft box. It's eco-friendly, and we put also some accents like doily, ribbon, and also a card. Para ready na sad siya if ever you want to give it to somebody. It's already ready to give as a present. Now that it's Christmas season, we also have changed our product, our packaging to match the season. So we changed our ribbons to this time with red and using gold doily also.
Ako ang art or creative nga side. It has always been with me, especially when I bake. It's more than just making something, mixing something. Like for example, when I do custom cakes for my clients, mag-drawings ako. When I get into the creative stuff na, when I start decorating my cakes, it's like I'm sculpting at the same time, mixing colors at the same time. I have to be creative, and I also improvise.
So I make sure also that kids are part of the business. My time with them is when they are helping me out in the business. So even when we started the milk cheese donuts, it was the kids who really made the concept yun. They were the ones who were molding the donuts, even mixing the dough. So sila mismo, that's our family time.
I think I'm lucky because I have my mom, and my mom has always been there, not for me, but for my son as well. But for my son as well. She helps me a lot. Actually, my parents help me a lot, even my dad. Now, my son is big na. He actually helps me with in particular the donuts. When I make the dough, siya ako ipa-weigh sa dough.
One of the things that I would really want to share to all who are startup entrepreneurs, not everyone has that gift good to be a businessman or an entrepreneur. Not everyone has the ability also to sell or even to market. So give that importance na you have that skill. And when you are given that skill also, it means that you have a purpose, not just in your family, but you have nakay purpose or accountability sa imong community. So in your little way, maski yung sa pakagamay nga negosyante or gamay kay imong store, always believe that you are able, that you were or you naka-impact yun ka sa imong community. One of which is you are able to hire people, especially those who are jobless right now, nakahatag ka nila og panabaho. At the same time, also naka-provide sa pagkaon sa mga tao, di ba? And they get delighted with your products. So, I think one of my message lang yun sa mga business or mga startup entrepreneurs is use that gift. Use that gift and do not think of yourself. No, when you are in this business, think of others, because if not for you, others are no longer surviving.
If you're feeling down, don't get discouraged right away. Think of it as a lesson. Think of it as a standing ground na would help you with your business. Don't be afraid to ask help or questions from chefs, professionals, because they will help you. I actually asked man sa katong baking group I was in, if it's really your passion, if baking is really your passion, or if you're doing a kind of business na you think you are happy with, I think that's the most important thing. If you are happy with what you're doing, then malagpasan na yun ani mo tanan. I think that's what matters. That's a bottom line. You have to be happy with what you're doing.